Here we go. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Please. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2024, the album Karma, Bad Karma. The Jojo Siwa remix. Dad, shimmy, shimmy, Av. I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so I was just talking to my neighbor. My neighbor's across the street. Do you care if I film this video? No. Who don't you want me to talk about today?
You can talk about whoever you want to.
Even Colleen Ballinger.
Yeah, I'm going in.
You're going in?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear the hot gossip about Colleen Ballinger? Because I'm talking about her today.
Same old.
What?
Probably the same old.
Probably the same old, same old. We're going to talk about some Colleen Ballinger today. We're going to talk about some Todrick, some Jeffree Star, some Jojo Siwa. So, let me get into this video. I'm having such... What about James Charles? What about him? I'm going to talk about him a little bit today, too. You going to stay for that? I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have the Colleens and the James and the Jeffrees and a little bit of lip gloss. I'm going to have it all. But I'm not going to have the star of the show, which is you. I need the... Okay, so, anyway, let's get into the drama. I was out here talking to my neighbor and things like that. She loves when I talk about the Colleen Ballingers and the James Charles. I'll give you the cliff notes later. Okay, anyway, go enjoy your cozy mystery. So, we're speaking of cozy mysteries, I'm going to give you a cozy mystery. So, last night, I was sitting around and watching this show. I think it's #1 in the USA right now. It's called, like, Unexplained Files. It's about UFOs, and it's about missing people that go missing in the woods and things like that, and UFO conspiracies of the government. Oh, my Lord, it's so scary. So, anyway, it's about... What? And Bigfoot. Have you watched it?
A little bit, not too much.
People always say I yell at my neighbors. My neighbors are yelling at me. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, so last night I was watching the show. I'll tell you what it's called just in case you want to watch it. It's called, it was on the top 10. It was #1 in the US for Netflix this week. It's called, hold on just a second. Here it is. Files of the Unexplained. Oh, it's still #1 on the Netflix right here. Proof, evidence, facts, receipts. It's right there. #1. So I was watching it. And I was in between 2 episodes last night. And so I thought, you know, I should probably go watch this Jojo Siwa video called Karma. Because a lot of people had sent me this. And they're like, have you seen this video? I'm like, ooh, Jojo Siwa. She's still got a bow, girl. So anyway, that is the question of the day. Jojo Siwa and her bows. And so I was like, well, I guess I should probably go watch this video of Karma. That's Jojo Siwa of Dance Moms fame and the bows and all that kind of stuff. I had seen this clip where she was performing it live to like a bunch of 12-year-olds and their moms, and they all had the bows in their hair. And I'm like, Jojo Siwa is trying so hard to get away from the bows, but like her whole audience, Colleen Ballinger, did she wear a bow? Did James Charles wear a bow in his hair when he went to the Jojo Siwa premiere? Did Spill Sesh? Because Spill Sesh was there. Yeah, it's Bill says to drop a channel. Which she was at the premiere of JoJo. That's a weird vibe, don't you think? Did she wear a bow in her hair? Oh my God. She should have. I would have. If I had gone, well, back in the day, if we had ever shown up to JoJo Siwa premiere after having covered her on our channel, that would have been cancellation. Payroll, we would have been done. But true story, if I were going to show up as a drama channel to JoJo Siwa's premiere, I would have worn like one of them big Sia bows. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't even see my face. I'd be like hide behind that big bow. Listen, you think you were on Project Runway or RuPaul's Drag Race. I'd make me a huge bow out of a bunch of them little JoJo bows. That's what I would do. But anyway, so I started watching this music video last night, and I was so confused. I am so confusion and embarrassment over Todrick and Jojo Siwa. But first we're going to talk about Jojo Siwa. I was so confusion over it. No, truly I was. I was like, I thought I was still watching an episode of Files of the Unexplained. I was like, okay, so hold on a second. So is this like an episode where a bunch of lesbians went on a white party on a yacht, and then one of them like drank too much or something and fell off into the ocean, and then she became like a mermaid, Power Ranger, ice capade, and started like beating the shit out of everybody else and kissing everybody else, and then she like flew back onto the yacht. And I was confused. I thought I was still watching an episode of Files of the Unexplained. I didn't realize I was watching the Jojo Siwa Karma video. I didn't. So I watched this whole thing. You know, she's like, so Jojo Siwa's come out, and she's like, she's bad now. Girl, she's bad. Jojo Siwa, she's so bad, girl. She's so bad. I am so confused about what makes Jojo Siwa bad. Okay, first of all, that outfit that she's got on in that video, the one that she's like showing everywhere, it's got like, you know, it's got it's got skills. It's got skills. But it's got, what's it called? Gills. It's got gills and all kinds of stuff on it. It looks like, to me, it looks like, well, I actually wrote it down in my notes. So I'll tell you what I said late last night while I was watching it. It looks like, where do I have it down here? I was so confusion of the world. Okay, so I said on here, okay, Karma's a bitch. And so, okay, I'm writing notes down, trying to understand the video. So you get to see it in real time. I got so many notes. And I'm like, okay, so you're a lesbian, we understand that. But didn't she already come out? So this is what I'm confusion about, right? Is that, like, Jojo Siwa, like, she's doing this whole transformation where she's bad. She's real bad and all this kind of stuff. First, she came out and she said she was inspired by Miley Cyrus. Now people are asking her if she wants to be like Miley Cyrus, and she said no, she don't want to be like Miley Cyrus. I think she means with the pot smoking and stuff, because she knows if she starts smoking the ganj, then she ain't gonna sell none of them bows no more, right? But I think she is probably already smoking the ganj because she thought this music video was good. The only way I can imagine that you would think this music video was good and that you were bad is if you had just gotten so stoned off your ass, okay? I don't know if she's sitting there eating a bunch of White Castles and Cheetos and with her friends, just laughing their ass off at her falling off this yacht in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, so I couldn't even rent that yacht for one day to film the music video, so more power to her. She's obviously sold a lot of buzz. But so I'm trying to make sense of this music video, right? She's real bad now. She has come out literally and she has said that she has done something that nobody else has ever done before. What, girl? What, girl? You look like Gene Simmons and Kiss, okay? Even Gene Simmons and Kiss came out and said he thinks she's kind of cool or whatever. Because what are you going to say, okay? Because the girl is so delusional because she's been living under the shadow of Colleen Ballinger for so long. She's so delusional. I looked over at my neighbor to see if she was still out there here about Colleen Ballinger, but she isn't. She's inside reading her cozy mystery, eating probably a bratwurst or something. That's been the meal of the week. But anyway, she's been hiding underneath the shadow of Colleen Ballinger, you know, where you take a lie and run with it. Well, apparently Jojo Siwa has taken a lie and run with it. And the lie that she has taken and run with is that she thinks this music video is good and this song is good. I see people online being like, this is a bop. Are you kidding me? Have you heard a bop ever in your life? This is not a bop, okay? It is a fail. It's a straight up fail. The music video is embarrassment, okay? It is embarrassment of the world, and I am confusion. I am so confused over this. I am so confused over why she made this huge announcement on Instagram everywhere that she's a different JoJo and she's really bad. Because really, the music video is just about, she's kissing a bunch of girls on this yacht where they're all in white, so it's apparently a white party. I don't know if JoJo, well, she's going to be 21 here in about a month, but JoJo gays love a white party. I don't know, maybe you're new to the scene, obviously you are, but the gays, they love a white party, okay? But the white party doesn't usually come in May. The white party for the gays is usually the last circuit party of the year, okay? It's usually around September is usually when the white party is, so you got that wrong, okay? This is where you need to go back and do your gay history. That's why I sang, I kissed a girl. Remember that song? Now that song, that was bringing out a lot of people back in the day, okay? But apparently, I don't know. So she is on this boat with all these other girls, and she's kissing somebody, and somebody's kissing her, and somebody else is kissing her, and then she's standing on the thing, and then she's like, I'm like, oh girl, you're gonna fall off the boat, and she falls off the boat. And then she goes down into the ocean, and I'm thinking I was watching this cartoon that I used to love when I was a kid called Water Babies. Now, if you never saw the Water Babies was about a bunch of these people that clean chimneys, and then the one kid, he fell in love with the girl that lived in this mansion, and then he was running away from these other chimney sweepers because they were like evil, right? And then he jumped into the water, which was like a river by this mansion, and when he jumped into the water, he became a cartoon. And I was like, oh, she gonna become a cartoon like the Water Babies? Because that would have been kind of edgy and kind of cool if, you know, Jojo Siwa, if she turned into like a bow that talked or sang or something like that. But no. Then she just became like this Power Ranger, ice-capade, evil serpent person that is on the beach all of a sudden. And then I kind of had like memories of Jodie Foster in that movie Contact. Do you remember that, where she's walking on that beach? And she's on the beach, and then all of a sudden there's all these other, I guess, lesbians. I don't know, because she's kissing them and she's fighting them and things like that. And listen, I love everybody in my LGBTQIA plus community, but hey, listen, that's kind of the relationships that I know, okay, of my good Judy friends. It's kind of like they're either kissing or they're fighting, you know what I mean? And she's fighting them and she's kissing them and things like that, and then they kind of do this kind of thing. I'm like, oh, there's Dance Moms. Like, I love that show, girl. I love that show, you know? And I'm like, oh, so she's doing the moves on the Dance Moms. So she really hasn't given up the Dance Moms thing, because she knows if she does, it's just all kissing lesbians and things like that, which more power to you if you want to, you know, whatever, do you. So I'm all for my community. But anyway, she might want to not be so much friends with predators. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about this last night. I do think it's kind of weird, don't you, that many of the victims of Colleen Ballinger and her family are part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Have you ever thought about that before? Like, many of the victims in the community, Spill says she don't like to call them victims. Now, I went back and looked because I thought it was weird that she was at the premiere of Jojo Siwa's show, and then she had also covered her, and so I was like, what does she say about Jojo Siwa in her videos? I don't really watch Spill Sesh that much, because, I mean, I already film it in my videos, and she makes it in her videos. So I went back and I watched this video that she did where she was talking about Jojo Siwa on the Howie Mandel podcast, where Jojo Siwa didn't refer to them as victims, and she said you can take a lie and run with it. And I was like, oh, I want to hear what Spill Sesh has to say about this, since she was at Jojo Siwa's. Because, see, I think that if you're going to talk about somebody and then you show up to their premiere is a way to get the word out there. So you're kind of indirectly endorsing that person. That's why I would never show up to Jojo Siwa's premiere, ever in a million. First of all, it would take away any kind of credibility that I had for my opinion as a drama channel, number one. That's why I would never show up to that, okay? And I don't really give a shit. My credibility and my opinion is more important, okay, than going to no fancy Hollywood party. Y'all are Holly weird out there. But apparently, to some people, it's more important to be invited to them parties. So you go to them parties. But it was interesting because when I watched Spill Sesh's video covering Jojo Siwa, she like just kind of gives the facts, and at the very end, what does she say in there? I wrote it down. She says in there something about she refers to the victims as people's stories, and then she said it's just sad. And I'm like, oh, well, wait a second. You don't even call them victims in the video, girl. You don't even call them victims. You call them people's stories, okay? So you kind of discredited the victims yourself and said it was sad. What's sad, girl? It's sad that Jojo Siwa discredited the victim stories, and she called it a lie that people online ran with. Girl, this is why I come out with my full chest with my opinion, because I don't really give a fuck if I'm invited to no parties or not. I just don't, okay? Listen, me being excited about going to some party, those days have long gone, okay? My credibility and my opinion is way more important to me than going to some premiere of Jojo Siwa and her beau and her pathetic song, okay, called Karma's a Bitch or whatever it's called. I could care less, all right? Just to note, by the way, and I have been around for a long time and watched a lot of fantastic interviewers of the world, okay? And most fantastic people that are great interviewers are people that are less concerned with going to a premiere or a Hollywood party, and they're more concerned with asking the tough questions and having a really well-educated opinion. I'm just saying, that's something you might want to think about. But anyway, I digress. So I'm watching this video, right? And I'm like, okay, so somebody cheated on somebody. I'm not sure if Jojo Siwa cheated on somebody, and this is like Adele. Like, she thinks she's Adele, and she's coming out against her ex or something like that. I'm confused. And then you fell off a yacht, and then you became an ice-capade sea monster from Fraggle Rock, I guess, or something. But you're sequined, okay? But you don't really look gory because you're sequined. It's a sequined outfit. And then you do a routine from Dance Moms, but it didn't make the pyramid because it sucked. I can tell you that right now. And I'm like, girl, where are the bows? Where are the bows? I would have loved if all of a sudden she'd come out of that water and she is like in the old JoJo. I know she's trying to break out of that mold. Girl, listen, I'm going to give you a hint on how you could have broken out of that mold in just a second, okay? But anyway, so I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You should never got rid of them bows, okay? Those bows were magic. They bought you them, that Ferrari, Lamborghini, that house. They put Jesselyn up for life, your mom. Hey, listen, I love your mom, Jesselyn. I do. And I really didn't have a problem with you, Jojo Siwa, until you want to defend one of the biggest predators on YouTube, Colleen Ballinger. I didn't really have a problem with that. Oh, and you also defend James Charles, because he was at your premiere too, okay? But anyway, so, I'm like, girl, I think you should just go back to the bows. And I think I would have lived if she had come out and there were a bunch of people in bows just dancing on stage and she just was like in nothing but a bikini or something like that, you know, swinging that hair around. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, I would have lived for all that. And she would have dissed some people with the bows, okay? Or better yet, why didn't you come out with a song called Fuck That Pyramid? I would have been like living for that, okay? If she had like somebody that looked like Abby Lee Miller, why don't you put Abby Lee Miller up in your video, okay? And she's putting up that pyramid and you're way at the bottom, and you go there and you go, girl, fuck that pyramid. People would have lived for that. That would have been the Jojo Siwa we've been waiting for. Girl, we ain't waiting for no Jojo Siwa and some ice capade sea monsters from Fraggle Rock outfit but sequined. Girl, don't nobody care about that. That don't make you bad. You want to know, listen, you're about to be 21, okay? Let me tell you where I was when I was your age, okay? I was hooking up with this dude that was on national tour with the Will Rogers Follies at the Omni Hotel in downtown Indianapolis, okay? And when he done passed out after we had some fun, I stole all the alcohol from his minibar. Girl, why don't you write a song about that, girl, okay? That'll make you bad. That's just one of 100 stories I got. Why don't you write about that, okay? Call about my time with the dude from the Will Rogers Follies that claimed that he hooked up with Johnny Depp. That's what got him into bed with me in the first place. I'm telling you right now, okay? I was carrying that plastic trash bag out of the bathroom filled with little airport bottles of alcohol from the minibar. Girl, you talk about being bad, okay? Listen, not even telling your friends because he wasn't cute. You didn't claim him. That's called bad, girl. And that even my worst story. What, girl? You fell off a white party yacht in the middle of nowhere, became an ice capade sea monster from Fraggle Rock, girl? I am so confused. And I think you are confusion too. I am not clear on this, on why you think you are so bad as a result of this. I am so confused, okay? And then it goes on, and I'm like, well, maybe is this like a recreation of Gilligan's Island, but just lesbians or something? I'm so confused, okay? So you're Gilligan, and then all these people fall off the boat, and then they're all on the island with you, girl. I'm so confused. But I will say this, as somebody that has fought really, really hard for the LGBTQIA plus community and my own rights, and I also honor the history of the people that came before me, and am so grateful for people that worked their ass off. I think it kind of is like 10 steps back. Listen, hey, I respect your coming out story and all that kind of stuff, but I thought you did that like 2 years ago. I thought you had a whole girlfriend that you went to baseball games with and things like that and all whatever, okay? Hey, listen, I respect anybody's coming out party. But when I watch this video, the only thing that makes you bad, okay, except for that worst dressless costume that you wear in there, the only thing that really is kind of edgy is that you're kissing a bunch of girls in there. And if you in 2024 think that being a lesbian is bad, girl, then you're kind of playing into the heterosexual stereotype a little bit. I'm very confused by it, okay? But it doesn't surprise me because you hang around with all those people that play into that straight fantasy anyway, okay? But I think you'd be a fantastic role model. No, Jojo, I would, you know? And there's been, I mean, like, I didn't think it was real edgy to be a Dance Mom ex that came out, because haven't half those Dance Mom girls come out as being part of the LGBTQI plus community? So I'm confused. What makes her bad? What makes her so bad that she's like thumping on the beach and things like that? I thought, was she trying to imitate that she was a velociraptor or something? I was confused. What makes her bad? The only thing that I could get from this video was that her being bad was that she was kissing a girl. So, I don't know, girl. Is that what you think is bad? Because I don't think that's bad, okay? I haven't thought that's been bad for 30 years, okay? I applaud you, girl, on being in your own and coming out. Maybe it's you can't break out of your own image of being in this bow, but you cut your hair like 2 years ago. James Charles did a makeover on you, and Girl, I'm confused. Okay, this video to me gives me confusion and honestly, secondhand embarrassment. And then I was looking at the premiere because I was looking to see who she had there, you know, and things like that other than Spill Sesh. I don't know why she needed to be there. Oh, to film it for her TikTok, I think. But I was like, oh, Colleen Ballinger's there. Spill Sesh, did you ask Colleen Ballinger any questions? Because I would have. I would have gone right up to Colleen Ballinger and said, hey, girl, it's so nice for you to come and support your biggest predator protector. Oh, I forgot you had Manny MUA up in your face reveal video, girl. But I would have. I would have gone right up to Colleen Ballinger and been like, hey, girl, it's so nice for you to show up for your predator protector friend's premiere of their song. And Jojo Siwa is up there and she's acting like she's just the rock star of the year. All that stuff. I'm like, girl, you are embarrassment, okay? You are embarrassment. Listen, I didn't have much, okay? I didn't know much, and I didn't have much, but I was cooler and badder than you in my right pinky. That's my left pinky. In my right pinky, okay, when I was 20 years old. I don't know what this is, girl. This is like Skinamax 1985, two people dry humping in jeans and a crop top on the couch, okay? This is boring, girl. If this is bad, I don't want to see worse, okay? I am ready for a return to the bows, girl. I think you should grow your hair back out and return to the bows because, listen, they're selling like hotcakes up at the Five Below and the Dollar General. They are. I've seen them here in Indiana, okay? Girl, listen, you done missed your calling thinking you're going to get rid of those bows. I'm so confused. And then I'm sitting there and I'm laying in bed last night. I started thinking about, I was like, who else has tried to do this and it failed? Oh, my God, I forgot. That girl that played Jessie on Saved by the Bell, and then she went there. Remember she did that showgirl thing where she went like that? She did like that, and she wanted to be Gina Gershon. Girl, listen, that should have been a lesson to you, okay? That movie Showgirls. Jojo Siwa, you should have watched that movie Showgirls, okay? Because I'll tell you what us gays knew way back when that movie came out. Now, I did love that scene when she kicked the shit out of that guy, right? And I love that movie to this day. I know it's one of the worst movies on the face of the earth, but I still love that movie, Showgirl System, when she goes like that and all kinds of stuff. Oh, I love that movie to this day. But listen, she wanted to be Gina Gershon so bad, okay, that she done thrown them pebbles or beads or whatever. She probably pulled them off your Fraggle Rock sea monster costume and throw them on the floor so Gina Gershon fell everywhere, and then she was in the hospital. Remember then Gina Gershon? And listen, Gina Gershon sitting up in that hospital looked hotter than Jessie from Saved by the Bell wanted to be any day of the week, okay? She wanted to be bad so bad. Gina Gershon was born bad. I love Gina Gershon to this day, okay? Listen, some people are born Jessies from Saved by the Bell, and some people are born Gina Gershon. You're not a Gina Gershon, girl, okay? You never will be. You won't be a Miley Cyrus, okay? You're not going to be a Gene Simmons or you reference Lady Gaga. You ain't going to be none of these people, girl. You're a Jojo Siwa, okay? And that's okay. You know, I think if you wanted to reinvent yourself, you should have come out with a song called Fuck That Pyramid or whatever, okay? Or you should have made some real scandalous outfit out of them bows. If you really want to distance yourself from that bow, you should have come out with some real scandalous outfit with them bows, girl. I had a Project Runway, MacGyvered my ass. I don't know, something real scandalous showing my ass cheeks. Well, not at 51, but if I was your age, I would have back in the day, you know, with them bows, girl. You could have made, listen, you could have sold even more of those bows, my God, girl. Your girlfriends that wore them bows when they were 12, that they're your age now, they're 20, 21, 22, they'd be pulling them bows out of the closet. You could have retrended them whole bows and made those bows bad, okay? Everybody would have been living for those bows again, but no, girl, that was a missed opportunity. So then, you know, here I go on, I'm talking about, okay. So then I'm looking at the premiere party that she had, right? It was attended by Colleen Ballinger and James Charles. And I'm like, girl, I thought that might have brought you some attention, but apparently nobody cares about this song. And I don't know, I was kind of sitting there and I was watching this and Colleen Ballinger's hugging her. And she's like, I'm so proud of my friend James Charles. You know, he did all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, girl, you know what would have been better is if you'd done a music video and you had James Charles, Todrick Hall, and Colleen Ballinger in your video and you could have done a remake. Here, I'll do it for you. 'Cause I got friends in low places. Girl, you could have worn that bow. Okay, you talk about, listen, Beyonce coming for that country album. You could have done a remix, okay, of that Garth Brooks song. Girl, you could have worn you a bow cowboy hat, okay? And you want to rebrand yourself and totally dissed everybody. You already got on that Maury Povich show. I almost said you already got on that Howie Mandel show and said somebody could take a lie and run with it. You could have said, because I got friends in low places, Colleen Ballinger, James Charles, and Todrick Hall. You can take a lie and run with it, but me and my predator friends are gonna be a two-stepping down the street. Girl, you could have... Listen, how do I come up with that shit? This shit, I don't know, okay? Missed opportunities. You chose to be a sea monster sequin Fraggle Rock girl. I don't understand, but I don't think it's bad at all. And you're like this on the runway. I'm like, girl, this is embarrassing, okay? This is embarrassing. Can we remember that show, that movie Little Darlings with Christy McNichol and Jodie Foster, whoever was in it back in the day? That was bad, girl. That was in like 1979. It's 2024, okay? Nobody needs ice-capades and dancing at a white party on a yacht. It's embarrassment is what it is, okay? It's straight up embarrassment, and I'm so confused by it. So here I got you 2 songs for your album. I got Friends in Low Places. People would have lived for it. Would have got all kinds of drama, right? And then you could have done Fuck That Pyramid. That's what you could have called your whole album, Fuck That Pyramid. You could have come from every one of them girls on the dance moms. You could have just shredded every single one of them. Fuck that Maddie Ziegler. Fuck her. Where's she at now? She in a Sia video? Fuck that Maddie Ziegler. Girl, you could have gone in on all them girls. But no, because you're doing a reunion. I saw you're doing a reunion with all them girls, aren't you? Listen. Anyway, what was that one? That Kathy? What was her daughter's name? You could have come for her alone in a whole song. People would have lived for that. Jojo, you'd have missed the boat, girl, okay? With this album. I'm so confused. But anyway... So let's get on here. Speaking of Friends in Low Places, let's talk about your good Judy Todrick Hall. So Todrick Hall, okay, somebody said this to me in a video the other day. I said, Todrick Hall came out and he put this whole thing out, right? And he said, I am so broke, y'all. I am so broke that I have to move to London. Okay, now I already addressed the GoFundMe. So... sadly, in all seriousness, okay, his family had a house fire and they lost everything. So Todrick's trying to raise $10,000. As of my video the other day, he was about like $8,600, $8,700. I think he had raised his GoFundMe. So then he comes out and he says that he's so broke, celebrities don't always have money and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, now, you're getting paid for all these Pride Day festivals. I know what those people get paid. They get paid $10,000, okay? So you got paid $10,000. You're on that reality show, the Gays of WeHo or something like that showed the most superficial people. You've been accused of not paying dancers, so I don't know where that money is. You just put out an album, okay, that you put all over your Instagram, how many people are buying this album left and right and things like that. Girl, where's your money going? Where is your money going, girl? I am so confused. So then you put out that you're going to, because you're not asking people for a handout, you're going to, people can buy your merch and things like that, and that you were going to lower your cameos from $50 to $5 until your birthday, okay? And I said that I went and looked, and you had already moved them back up to $50, which is a lie. You lied, okay? You came out and you said, until my birthday, which was the 4th. So somebody commented on my video. It was a nice comment, but they said, in London, we're like ahead of time. Maybe he's already moved it. Oh, no, baby. I made that video at 2 o'clock. I had looked at his cameo an hour before that at 1 o'clock. London's 5 hours ahead of me, okay? So that would make it 6 p.m., all right? He was a good 6 hours, 7 hours ahead, okay, of moving that cameo back down. He lied. He straight up lied. And I got a lot of people DMing me saying this is something that Todrick Hall has been known to do for years, okay? Is that he comes out and he says, I'm going to offer this, and then he changes it at the last minute. Well, I'm going to tell you, Todrick, you cannot come out on an Instagram story, and I have it right now, okay? I have it screenshot, so do a lot of other people, and say, I'm lowering the price, okay? That's a sale of a service that you are providing, and then you change the price of that. You cannot do that, okay? You cannot do that. We won't even get into what that's called over here legally, but you can't do that, all right? Period. End of story. So, what I thought was interesting was that he is so broke. Todrick Hall is so broke that he had a Cowboy Carter 40th birthday party. that was attended by many celebrities, and you could tell cost a lot of money. He had an electric bull there, like from that, what was that, Urban Cowboy? I love that movie so much back in the day with Deborah Winger. Do you remember that movie? Oh my God, I love that movie so much. I wanted to be the girl with the long dark hair and the cowboy hat. She was real elegant and glamorous. But then in the end, Deborah Winger, you know, she gets John Travolta and all that kind of stuff. But that movie was so sad, but I did love that movie. And it had that one song in there, but what's her face? If I had this dance for the rest of... You guys remember that song from Urban Cowboy? You know, you're too young. You don't remember Urban Cowboy? I know. All you kids that are going on and on and on about Beyonce and Carter, Cowboy Carter, and all that kind of stuff. And the real Jolene. Y'all remember, some of us remember the real Jolene. Jolene. I didn't like that song to begin with, okay? It's not one of my, I mean, I think it's a funny song, but it's not one of my favorite Dolly Parton songs of life. It just isn't, okay? If I were going to be Beyonce and I was going to pick a redo, and listen, hold on just a second, because this point needs to be made. Okay, I'm back. If I were Beyonce and I was going to do a redo of a Dolly Parton song, and I really wanted to kill the children and let them have it, and I was not afraid of nobody, well, let's think about this. Dolly Parton, okay, came out and she did I Will Always Love You. Remember that? Did you ever see that in the best little whorehouse in Texas back in the day? Oh my God, Hard Candy Christmas and all that stuff. Anyway, she came out with that song originally. Then Whitney Houston did it for The Bodyguard, okay? Now, I don't know which version you remember, but I love them both. I love both versions of that song. Kelly Clarkson, she came out and she said, she was asked to do that for the Country Music Awards, and she's like, that's the song you don't ever cover. You don't ever cover I Will Always Love You, because nobody can do it as well as Dolly did it, and Whitney did it even better than her, and nobody can do it better than her. If Beyonce was not afraid to cover a Dolly Parton song, question me this, why didn't she do I Will Always Love You? Oh, because Whitney did it? Girl. You afraid? You afraid, bae? No, I love Beyonce. I do, but I have to tell you, I have listened to that whole album, and there's probably 3 tracks on that album that I really, really like, but Jolene ain't one of them, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. And all these people going crazy, oh my God, Jolene! The original Jolene by Dolly Parton, it ain't that great anyway. 9 to 5, now that's a banger, okay? But Jolene is not one of the greatest Dolly Parton songs of the entire world, okay? Fly Like an Angel or whatever from that one movie she did in the 80s. Love that song all day long. I got all kinds of Dolly Parton songs, okay? Here You Come Again. I love that song too. I love a lot of Dolly Parton songs. Jolene, not one of my favorites. Wouldn't have covered it, okay? I didn't like the original and I don't like Bae's. Just telling you right now. Anyway, so he done had him, Todrick Hall, because he's so broke. And people are going to be like, oh, so his friends threw it for him. Okay, let's make sense of this for a second. Okay, so Todrick Hall is so broke that he's begging people to do $5 cameos that he moves up to $50. He's begging people for money online. He's that broke, okay? That his friends think a really nice thing to do for him, instead of maybe giving him some money and saying, here, let me help you out. I know you're going through a really hard time right now. No, instead they say, let's throw you a big 40th birthday bash. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got some good GDs of mine that I've been friends with for 10, 15, 20 years, okay? When times are tough, we help each other out financially, you know? And I'm thankful for those friends, and I've helped them out. They've helped me out and things like that ever since back in the day when I first got sober, okay? So I'm kind of a little confused, to be honest with you, when I'm seeing all these celebrities and the gays of WeHo. Oh, Jeffree Star, he was there too. Jeffree Star came to Todrick Hall. Now we know that Jeffree Star really hasn't changed and he's still aligning himself with trash in 2024. And before anybody wants to get into this and say, well, Jeffree Star doesn't, no, Jeffree Star don't show up to nothing. Jeffree Star, if it's not a TikTok event these days, he don't show up. He don't go to nobody's birthday parties. He even missed Shane Dawson's birthday party one year. He don't show up to nobody's nothing, okay? So he decided to show up to Todrick Hall's birthday party. He knew that was going to stir up some drama, so here you go, Jeffree, okay? But Todrick Hall's trying to raise $10,000, all right? And hey, listen, more power to him, because that's, you know, I feel bad for what happened to his family. Jeffree Star shows up with a purse that probably costs $6,000, that probably costs 6 times as much as that. Jeffree Star can't reach into his bag and pull out some cash or write you a check for $10,000. I mean, he showed up to your birthday party. If I had the kind of money that Jeffree Star did, I would. I'd be like, I feel so bad for what you're going through right now. You're broke because you ain't got no money because you apparently didn't pay them dancers and people are coming for you and cancel culture and the whole 9 yards, and I get it. So here, let me write you a check, you know, and I feel bad for your family and everything that's going for it. But no, they just show up to the birthday party and ride the electric bull and things like that. I am so confused of the world, okay? But I will say I'm also a little embarrassment, okay, secondhand embarrassment for Todrick Hall. for number one, defending Colleen Ballinger, because I don't know how, when your entire audience is mostly kids, that you can defend a predator that has offended kids. I mean, you're totally fine with that. Okay, so we get where you're at, Todrick. She's a good friend of yours, and you're going to never leave her side. Well, go watch my last video. I told you, we didn't ask you to leave her side. We just told you maybe you need to tell her that some of the things that she did are problematic and she needs to address them. You then also came out and you said that she's apologized for this numerous times. Girl, where? Under my lipstick gloss. Should this candle? Is that... Hello? Are you in there? Apology? Where is Colleen Ballinger's apology? Is it underneath there? Is it in my elbow? Where is Colleen Ballinger's apology? Many apologies, you said. Todrick, you are a liar, girl. You are a liar. You lied about the cameo prices. You lied about paying your dancers. You lied about this. You lied about that. Girl, you got ex-assistants all over the TikTok, okay, calling you out about all of your bad behavior. You and Jojo Siwa should do a duet called Bad Behavior. But I think you're too bad for her. I really did, okay? She just wants to wear a costume and kiss a few girls at a white party. There ain't nothing bad about that. Listen, okay? I got straight girlfriends of mine that'll even do that, okay? There ain't nothing bad about it. Not even have to have a drink in them or nothing, you know? But listen, okay? You are supporting some wrong people. She supports Colleen Ballinger, too, and all kinds of stuff. But then I look, oh, Colleen Ballinger showed up to your party, too. Predators, protected predators. That is so nice, okay? Now, what's interesting to me about this is Jeffree Star's at your party. Jeffree Star came out and said some shit about Colleen Ballinger. Jeffree Star wants to always act like he's 100% the real deal. Did Jeffree Star walk up to Colleen Ballinger and say something? Because like I said, if I were there at Todrick Hall's party, which I wouldn't be, okay? Number one. Number two, if I were at Todrick Hall's birthday party or Jojo Siwa's premiere, which I wouldn't be, okay, have no reason to be there, could care less if I got a TikTok, a video, I don't need it. I can find them pictures online. I don't need to go to those things, okay? Don't ask me. I won't be going. I won't even be responding to your RSVP, okay? Listen. I am not requesting or trying to get to any of those kind of things. Don't care. Got more important things to do, like watch Netflix inside with my dog, okay? So anyway, but if I did show up to those things, you better bet your ass as a drama channel or as somebody that had come out so opinionated like Jeffree Star, I'd march right up to Colleen Ballinger and say, what the hell do you have? You showing your face at a thing like this, you have no pride, do you? And you have not yet apologized to these victims. You can say it in a video, you can say it in a TikTok, you can say it in an interview, Jeffree Star. Did you say it to her at the party? Did you? Why don't you come out and say that you said it at the party? Let her come out and address it. You know you didn't, girl. You walk, oh, hey, it's me, Jeffree Star. Girl, you can't even sell none of that junk makeup no more. Don't nobody even want it. James Charles painted, at least it's on Jojo Siwa and her Fraggle Rock look. Girl, her ice capades from Fraggle Rock. So I'm confused about all this kind of stuff, okay? I am confused about why, first of all, Jojo Siwa is trying to reinvent herself, okay? Because she wants to be, I don't know, more an adult. Girl, just grow up. Like, that's what the rest of us do, okay? We don't announce it. We're like, we're bad. We're growing up, okay? You can just grow up, girl. You can just show your house and be like, yo, I'm grown up now, and I want to be in a relationship, and I want to settle down. Okay, you gotta announce you're bad, okay? And if you're bad, then actually show that you're bad, girl. Did you not watch that TV show, The Idol? That was bad, okay? I mean, the TV show was bad, but listen, she was off the rails in that show, okay? You got enough role models out there of how to be bad in Hollywood. You better know that this was not it, okay? And nobody has any problem with you just growing up and becoming JoJo or Josephine or Joella or Jo Judy. I don't know what your name is. Is it JoJo? You might want to change that, okay? I mean, I wouldn't be 51 years old going by Petey. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you do you, girl. JoJo it all the way up. I don't really care, okay? But if it were me, I just say, listen, I'm going to grow up. I respect that person I was when I was younger. I ain't getting away from them bows, okay? I'm going to have me a gold-plated bow up in my house. Y'all still keep on buying my bows. I don't know what this need is on you proving how bad you are, but this was not it. What this proved was you are still a child, girl, okay? I don't know what is going on, and I don't need to know, but this video and this whole thing is an embarrassment, girl. It is an embarrassment. What you wanted to prove so bad with your Instagram and warning everybody that, oh, it changed, girl, this is you. This is who you've been for the last year. And that's totally fine. Just be you, okay? And unapologetically, authentically be you. If you want to wear a bow and you don't want to wear a bow, and you want to do your hair, you don't want to do your hair, I don't know, girl, be you. If you want to come out and be pissed off at your ex-girlfriend because she done fucked you over or whatever, then get in a video and be like, I'm fucking pissed at this girl, she fucking pissed me over, and blah, blah, blah. Girl, say it. We didn't need all this song and dance, okay? No, Adele don't even do that, girl, and she win Grammys, and I'm telling you right now, I don't think you are in the running. I'm just telling you right now. I know you thought you were doing... Listen, when somebody has to tell you, okay, when they do all these interviews and they say things like, this has never been done before, I'm going to be the next big thing, I am so bad, they are talking more than doing, okay? You need to be doing more than talking, okay? That's why you never made it to the top of the pyramid, girl. I'm just telling you, right? Because you're talking more than doing, okay? That's why I don't ever try to act like I'm more than I am, you know? People all the time like, Peter, you need to do stand-up. You think I'm going to go up and stand up and do some stand-up and try to make a fool of myself? I have never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I think it might be kind of fun. But listen, I know my place. My place is sitting here on the front porch, okay? Dissing internet celebrities left and right. Listen, but I know well enough that I ain't wearing no sea monster, sea monkey, Fraggle Rock, Ice Capade outfit and doing a bunch of this kind of stuff on a yacht and then falling back over thinking that I did something bad, girl. No. Girl, you got enough. Listen, you need to go back and watch that Ride video by Lana Del Rey, okay? That 3-minute video or whatever it was, her swinging over the Grand Canyon on a tire swing, that was better than that whole 3 minutes of that Fraggle Rock bullshit that I watched in your video. Girl, I am so confused why you think you are so bad. And then it's like, you know she's sitting in her kitchen, right? When the DoorDash comes with her pizza with her friends, and she's like, we're bad. And they're like, yeah, we're bad. I'm like, girl, you are embarrassment. Like, just be you. This is why people loved Jojo Siwa forever, because she unapologetically wore that stupid fucking bow. People lived for it. They're like, oh my God, I want to wear a bow in my hair. That's what people loved about you, Jojo. You don't have to figure out who you are overnight, okay? You can just be yourself. People will love you for who you are. Quit trying to be somebody you're not. And also, maybe quit trying to protect predators along the way. And that goes for you too, Todrick Hall, okay? And I don't know, before you start begging people for money online again, maybe show your bank statements, or how much that party cost, or how much your loft in London is, while you're begging people for $5 cameos. And I'll tell you right now, this is my last video, the timing of him coming out and defending Colleen Ballinger and then turning around and asking for money from his fans is so weird to me. With him going to London and him spending money here, flying first class there, having this birthday party. I'm like, no, I think this is a complete deflection tactic. I think he thought, as much as he knows about cancel culture, I'm going to be canceled so much for talking about asking for money that it's going to deflect over me defending Colleen Ballinger. Girl, she done showed up at your birthday party. You think we're gonna she don't. She don't forget, girl. We don't forget. No. I'm sitting over here on my front porch talking to my neighbor. My neighbor, she don't even know who you are, Todrick Hall. And she still knows who Colleen Ballinger is. And James Charles. She ain't gonna forget. Listen, I can tell you right now, my neighbor across the street, she is more concerned about the third book in her Cozy Mystery series than she is Colleen Ballinger and James Charles. But if she's not going to forget, ain't nobody else going to either, okay? You might just take her right off your album right now and start reinventing yourself, okay? Maybe you need to go right on down to Fraggle Rock and get you an Ice Capades outfit, okay, Todrick Hall? What a mess these people are. Oh, my God. I am so happy I got my front porch and it's spring. And listen, we got the solar eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart is coming on Monday. I can't wait. Anyway, I love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.